First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Chicago Bears.
Fellas, y'all know they fast.
We taking this thing out. Into the end zone.
Oh, yeah, we taking this thing out.
Bring it out. Get his koofy knocked off. Hey, fella, let's turn up, because they got away last time. Check. Check. You know it, man. Check, motherfucking check. The last time I checked, this nigga was the man on the motherfucking streets.
You figured out what you wanted?
Oh, check. They think she's sweet.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man.
Oh, yes.
He'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
He let that go down like
that.
that.
3 yards in a cloud of dust. In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on.
Oh, good.
Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. It's still a nice play by the defense.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Oh, yes, Khalil.
There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
I hate Khalil Mack.
As runners, you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Khalil's out here throwing piggy. Bait. Oh, that nigga bait.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Dobbs. He gets it left side to Johnson. And they're going to mark it.
Oh, we got Kerryon, fellas. He out for the season.
About a yard, if
We got
that.
Kerryon out for the season, fellas. Check. Check, motherfucking check. Quick, you dirty motherfucker.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
Man, get the fuck out of here, dog. Let this nigga John Ross catch that shit, man. Man, that's some bullshit, dog.
That nigga John Ross just marked the fuck out that weekend, boy.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on
That
1st and
nigga
10.
John Ross, dog. Hell no. I gotta go up top with my nigga now, dog.
Yeah, do it then.
My nigga John Ross is monster nigga.
Here's Dobbs to throw. He'll
Gotta go up top to my nigga. Cause he just marked the nigga. Touchdown, John Ross.
It's caught for a touchdown. John Ross with touchdown
that
number 8
nigga
on
John
the year.
Ross is
And
That nigga fast as hell, dog. They let that nigga just lost 2 minutes, though, bro. That shit was crazy, bro.
That's my
Extra
dog.
point good by Prater. And it's now a 7-0 game.
That shit was
You
crazy,
don't call
bro.
him off the strip. Oh, motherfucker.
And why is he even checking that
these
nigga anyway, though, dog? Why Kyle Fuller not checking that?
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
I'm supposed to be on Las Vegas Boulevard right now.
Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Who's the number 10?
Let's make these babies cry. Check 13. Alert 3. Watch out. Alert.
Out of the gun, Trubisky.
His ass.
Pressure comes, and Trubisky
I'll
goes
screw
down.
that bitch. Get the fuck out of here.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to be staring at a third.
Oh, we thought he was getting something.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated?
Come on, John Ross. Let's go, John Ross.
Grease board, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, oh, my God. Dog, they is tripping, bro.
But they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time. And they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak. Got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
On second down now. It's Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Off the play fake. Here's Dobbs. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Danny Trevathan there to bring him down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
On play action, it's Dobbs. The Bears get there for the sack. This offense converted once already in this first quarter. They're going to try it again here on fourth down. On fourth down, Dobbs.
Let's go. Good D.
By Galladay.
Yeah, that nigga can't.
The Lions turned away on fourth down. And the Bears will get the football back. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
Hey, let's go.
Now Trubisky on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a second down coming up. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now Trubisky to throw. Into a double team.
Crazy. See you back here lurking.
Picked off by Mark Barron. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Oh, yeah, that's John Ross. He out of there, baby.
Ross complete.
That's John Ross. That's John Ross, baby.
Touchdown, Detroit. John Ross, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Prater for the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
After
the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
You hear me now?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Life like coming out of a coma. I'm trying.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Trubisky gives to Cohen.
Come here.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen.
You want to go to the outside.
Only muster a yard here to the 38. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A give to Cohen.
He's not coming in here.
The running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. Well, you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this team is just going to gang up on the run and set them down.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Dobbs going deep down.
Dog, how the fuck is he leaving that nigga, dog?
Inside the 30. Touchdown.
All right, there's 3 John Ross.
John Ross on his way to a
This
monster
nigga
game.
is
3
too fast for his own good, dog.
And the
Get the
Lions
fuck
are
out
able to
of here.
extend
He's
their
on prison,
lead.
my nigga, like something.
So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it
Hey,
here
that
in the
nigga
first
Dobbs
half.
is
I'm not
snapping
sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down.
This nigga is just
Already
outrunning
we're
the
seeing
nigga,
him
bro,
run
every
past,
time.
over, through guys in order to make these catches.
I don't even know why they got that nigga on him, bro. That's the crazy part. I'm appalled.
So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something
Every time
out,
you come
and
down,
soon.
That's
I
crazy.
actually checked out the line.
Prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. To the right side, complete to Miller.
This nigga went upfield and
The
blocked.
completion good for 3 and it's 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half.
Y'all watching the broadcast, bro. I'm calling plays. They coming out in a whole new different set than what I'm calling, bro.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than
that shit.
traffic, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
Get off me. Spin move.
That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Bro, they calling it all plays,
He couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
On 1st down, Downs to throw. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
Out here.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Dobbs. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the pick up, 1st down.
I know, I seen it, Mark. I know.
The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt, and the Bears take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
And he's going to have a 1st down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. On 1st down, Cohen. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? It'll go as a loss of a yard on what should be the final play of the first half. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it.
And they're calling their own, but they're not even letting me go to my plays to pick different plays. That's the only option it's giving me.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. Open man is Trey Burton. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
All right, I'm about to show y'all.
Teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line.
You see him just lead the ball right there?
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Dog, this nigga just ran right past the linebacker, bro.
Something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Here's Darkwa. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big pickup of 38. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Foyesade Aluakan made the tackle there from his safety position. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They try again with Cohen. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he's struggling, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On second down at 4, Trubisky. That's complete right around the 8. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears get a bit closer. Extra point right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up.
I'm about to go put Carl Fuller on him. I had enough of this shit.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Man, hot in the motherfucker. It was 109 degrees yesterday, dog.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I don't know.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a game that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
They'll run on first down. Johnson, and he's going to be stepped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Way more
He's taken down. A Bear sack. Carl Lawson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility, the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. And let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the defensive end, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
A big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
You gotta be fucking kidding me, dog.
Like on one number, you can put $1, but on another one, you can put 3. Huh?
They'll run it with Johnson.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
I'm a pawn. I ain't hearing no right of it.
Off play action. Dobbs. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end. And this is going to be
picky, man. Let's quit playing, man.
Stop
playing with me, dog.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After the interception, here's Trubisky. This is Gabriel out on the left side. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. Now they'll run it with Cohen. He'll have a first down past the 40.
What'd you say, Mark? What'd you just say, Mark?
Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his 21st touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. So that's a really big play here in the fourth quarter, and don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just one score. That's fielded in the end zone.
Yeah, Khalil, let him run from you.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
You talking about in
Well,
what
he's looking
league?
for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple
Oh, I
of
got
yards out
Deshaun
of it.
Watson in
Those
that league.
defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Y'all want Deshaun Watson?
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Dobbs.
No, that's a pick.
And this will
What
be
the fuck are you
incomplete.
doing, man?
Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
I swear I can't, dog. We playing so out of control.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Dobbs.
Go get him, Khalil. They don't have time to look around, Khalil.
Number 23 on the year, breaking Michael Strahan's mark of 22.5. Congratulations.
Damn.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout. An injured player.
Throwing it behind him and got him
the
hurt,
trainers take
man.
a look. We'll step aside. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Now Trubisky.
Give me that. I baited him. Oh my God.
Dog, that nigga held the fuck out of my receiver, dog.
We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers.
Hey, I like the broadcast a little plays. I just picked the last 2 times, but look what they giving me every time, dog. Come on, man.
They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Look, now the game want to freeze. This shit crazy. I can't even call a timeout, nothing.
The clock ain't even running back. I can't call a timeout either. Oh.
I don't think it was me and you, but this shit here gotta stop. Man, no, you're out of control.
Damn, man.
It ain't doing nothing. I did. Do shit, dog.
Phone number 28 Damn, we're 36, dog.
Look.